WIIFTB PM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
All right, well, Angela Oya Fumike. As you know, this is I Do, I Did, I Don't, the What's in It for the Black People media. Start our way into this journey of divorce and healing.
So we came together under a survival mentality, not under a friendship of being in love. First being friends and then being in love, or growing in love. We came together under, we're trying to survive, we're two kids trying to survive. Okay, we're going to survive together, because if you're handling this end of the survival and I'm handling this end,
Years that you've accepted this is what it's been, and now you've made this decision, and he wasn't there. He wasn't even seeing that you were done.
Here's what it was. Just like I ignored on the front end that he didn't love me, from by the point when I decided to leave, that he didn't see the writing on the wall.
Wow.
Just didn't see it. But he didn't know that woman because he never took the time to meet her.
Mm-hmm. And so you created your plan, and that's key, I think, in having a plan. If you are going to, whether you're deciding together that this isn't going to work any longer and we're splitting, and having a plan on how you're going to move forward is pretty key. You knew at this point I had to create your own plan, and you were moving forward with that. In my case, I didn't have a plan. Things happened pretty abruptly, and I was creating the plan on the fly along the way. I don't recommend that. You forgive yourself. You forgive you. Do the work of forgiving yourself, that you may be able to actually forgive others.
I miss your kiss. Your kiss is one of a kind. It feels so nice. Girl, you do it right. I miss. Girl, you don't go too fast. You take your time. Just how I like. I miss. Hey. You kiss it, then I'm drifting off your love. Keeps me floating, girl. I miss. And ooh, it feels so good. I wanna come down. Girl, I'm missing that love. Come on. Ooh, babe, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. Come on, come on.
Good morning. Good morning. This is Tasha Napper here with I Do, I Did, I Don't on What's in It for the Black People media. Good morning, and thanks for joining. I am excited to talk today, to talk to you. This show, as you know, is about supporting you through the journey of divorce, whether you are starting the process, whether you are in the middle of the process, or whether you are post-divorce. So I want you to like, share, and follow both the What's in It for the Black People Media page, as well as the I Do, I Did, I Don't page. Looking forward to having a great discussion with you all today, because I just have some grievances that I want to air. I got some questions. I'm just wondering about a lot of things. And so I'm going to talk today with Reese the Ruler. He does a show on Wednesdays. He's also the DJ today, but he does a show on Wednesdays called We Co Wednesday, and it's interesting. It's not for the faint of heart, I will say that to start with, but it is a very interesting take on just things, relationships, just all things, and it's from the millennial perspective. So it gets very, very interesting. But some of the topics that they cover, I thought this would be a good time for me to ask some questions and air some things, because I just don't understand. I am trying really hard to understand what the hell is going on this dating scene and what the hell is wrong with these men. And so I know typically I don't go here on the show. This is about providing resources and things like that, but y'all got to help a sister out, because this is quite confusing. And I just don't understand. I don't understand how we get to the place where married men, married with families, are on dating sites. Not divorced, not separated, but on the dating sites, actively looking for matches. What is happening? How, just what is happening? First of all, how do you have the gall to get on a dating site, you're married, and not think that somebody's going to catch you or see you or find out? Maybe people reported. I had friends who have been matched to people that they know should not be on these sites. Can y'all help me out and help me understand what is happening? What's happening and why? Because I don't get it. It's interesting when many marriages, many divorces happen because of infidelity. It feels like now there's an easier way to do this, and you don't have to go out and work too hard for it, because you can swipe right, swipe left, and kind of roll on with the process. And there are people out there, but many times these guys are misrepresenting themselves, and that's where I'm confused. So it's one thing if you're going to be upfront and say, hey, this is me, this is what's happening, this is the situation. Yep, I'm married, I'm looking to hook up. Okay, let a person make that decision and decide they're okay with that or not okay with that. But to completely misrepresent that you are married with a family and you're on a dating site like you're single and looking for folks, that I'm real confused and can't understand what's really happening here. So
did they say they were single?
Yeah, they saying that. I mean, yes, saying they're single, profile pictures up, actively engaging in conversation with people, going on dates. I'm confused.
Yeah, I mean, I heard of open relationships. Like, I know a few people of mine that's married in open relationships or just in an open relationship period. I know some dating sites where I actually see couples looking for other couples or looking for added additional. So, it's a little spicy, it's a little different out here in the dating world. I know couples that date separately, but, still are married. But then I know some people that are doing what you're saying and just on the site, and the other mate doesn't know, which probably you will get caught 9 out of 10.
I know.
Unless it's one of them discreet sites to where they can't really tell you where they saw you at, or they gonna tell on themselves.
No, I'm talking Facebook dating. I'm talking Bumble. All those sites that we're used to to, the normal dating sites out there. These are not the covert places where people are, which is what confuses me even more as to why this is happening. And so I just wonder, like, what happens when, you know what you just said, Reese, there are some people in open relationships. That's cool. I don't know if that works for me, if that, if it works for you, then great. It's cool, but okay, then be upfront that this is what it is, right? And I'm in an open relationship. Other people are looking for longer term relationships, maybe. And so let's just talk about it. That's what it is. If you and your wife roll like that, y'all cool with it, just let me know that that's what it is, and I can decide if I want to engage or not, right?
For sure. Like I believe at a certain age you just gotta stop lying.
Right.
Because 90%. I mean, this was my show. I say something like I just believe that if a woman, she already know if she gonna talk to you or not, like the majority of the time. So just be honest, because you're gonna get caught. And how long do you have to keep up with this lie? Then you gotta put on. Yeah, that's too much. You just be like, hey, me and my wife, or do something like this, or even if y'all ain't happy, like you can be like, hey, I'm stuck, something, but I don't want to. But you at least get a person to, because she may say no, but I guarantee you, somebody will say yeah.
Yeah, some people will.
I didn't talk to a married woman before, so
right, folks. Some folks are, it's just some people are really okay with it and just understanding. My thing is just let people make a decision. Give them the information. Don't be deceitful. Don't try to manipulate them into getting what you want and not being upfront about it, because it only leads to problems. Right. And sometimes I think that the lying happens because people still believe that they can get away with it. I guess I'll get away with it as long as I can, and I'll just work it as long as I can and be good with it. But that's just I'm still struggling to understand. I don't even know do women do this. I have heard zero stories about women on dating sites who are married trying to hook up with folks. I hear it all the time about men though.
You're right, but nah, women more discreet. Women cheat in the daytime. That's what I always say. You know what I'm saying? Women cheat when they go into the mall at 2 p.m. Guys, we slow. We at 2 a.m. They already did. They cheating by 2 p.m. So we gotta wake up, fellas. Catch up,
man.
But now I don't think they, I don't think they really need a dating site. Women get talked to all the time that I see. So
I guess that's true, because I remember once being in a grocery store. I'm in a Jewel. In the flower section. I think I was trying to get balloons for some occasion. And this young dude comes up and he starts talking to me. And I'm just sort of like, okay, and I can see where this is going. And he shoots his shot, right? He makes his intention known. And I say to dude, okay, so I'm married and I think you see the ring on my finger, right? He's like, happily.
Hey, my man.
Again. And I'm just like, okay, so why does that matter? And he's like, hey, I could just be your friend. We could just be friends when
you happy, baby.
Yeah, we can be friends, like if your husband out of town or whatever, we can be. And I'm standing there listening to this conversation and thinking to myself, how often does he have these conversations with women?
Hey, listen, man, you miss 100% of shots you don't take. So I feel
that's
them.
true.
Shoot them.
Go ahead, shoot your shot.
Because to me, like to guys is like, if I know you got a man, or I see that you got a man, if I talk to you and you respond, and you especially you sit there and have a conversation with me, then like if you got a man, be like, nah, I'm good, and you walk away, like it's really nothing to talk about, because you already see this man is trying to pursue you.
Yeah.
So if I know I'm trying to pursue you, and you be like, I got a man, and you still let me talk to you for 5-10 more minutes, it's like, why I'm talking to you, and you still let me talk. So now that's why he said, happily, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But I'm standing here I'm waiting on the person to get my order for the balloons. I'm at the counter, And so I actually started having a different conversation with him. And I said, you know what? Yep, cool. Not interested. Married. That's important to me. Like I'm very loyal, was very loyal to my marriage and the vows that I took. And so I asked him, how, when you, what's the deal with that? Do women actually respond when you come and you say, hey, I'm interested, and they're married, and And he was like, yeah, I actually get quite a few women. And I was like, okay, so tell me more about this. Because my mind is blown right now. And maybe I'm, just too much of a traditional stick in the mud. I don't know, whatever it is. I'm just like, okay, seriously, this is what happens. What is up with that question? Do women respond? And he's like, yeah, I have quite a few women that have responded, and we just, we friends, friends with benefits. I'm like, okay, that's interesting to me, but cool. Yep. I can't be one of those, but wow. And he's like, I could just leave you with my number. No, you can't. I'm good.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah. Then he probably went to the next door and shot his shot.
Or the next woman that came to the balloon counter.
You should have 100 women. It's a good chance that you might only get 50. Out of them 50, it's a good chance you might only talk to 25. Out of them 25, you probably only take about 12 out.
Right, it's a funnel.
It's a funnel. Out of them 12, 8 crazy. You know what I'm saying? Out of them last 4 you got, you're going to rock with one real hard and probably had 2 that you just talk to. So, yeah, you got like 3 out of every 100. So
it's a numbers game, right? And I get it. And yeah, people will shoot their shot. I give you guys mad credit for doing it because it takes a lot of confidence, and it takes a lot of heart to deal with the amount of rejection if you're shooting 100 shots and you kind of whittling down to 4. So I get that happens. I try to be gentle with people, but I'm still like, from a divorce standpoint, I am so confused at why this is happening. And these married men are on these sites trying to hook up. Women, I'm sure women do their own things. I guess I'm a little too innocent to really know. I don't have friends that are like that.
or your friends haven't told you they're like that. That's what I be trying to say. People like, and that's the reason why I made the show that I have, because it's a safe space. It's allow you to be who you are. Because like a lot of people be like, yeah, I really can. Because I'm sure you know somebody that in the world they probably think they're the most angel person. You like. Yeah, you really don't know. Like, you really don't know. So that's what I was trying to say. You really don't know.
This is true. So, this is true because I think a lot of people would have assumed that we make a what we see. We curate social media, especially as it relates to our families and our relationships and how great things are. And we create the picture that we want people to see, but then behind the scenes, all manner of things could be going on, and then folks are kind of surprised when it's not working out, or when you split, you separate, you divorce, and they're like, "Wow, I thought they were the best couple ever. I just thought this was wonderful. What he did, what she did, what?"
That's what I'm saying.
It is really interesting because we have that sort of curated social media presence and experience. But yeah, I am, my mind is kind of blown right now, and I'm not looking forward to really, being out here dating when this is the nonsense that.
You got to just tell them to be honest, and you got to just, like the one that played up, like them girls that put in like innocent roles, guys, like, what I think I can, I think I can play around for a little bit. We got to be like, hey man, listen, just be honest. If you just trying to do this, then just, what I'm saying, just do this. You trying to do that, just do that. But, don't lie, but if you come off and you don't really say it, like some guys, I'll play the game until I,
Exactly. I guess until the woman says and states what she wants and forces the question. That's what you're saying. That's what I got to do.
Exactly. If you're not forcing your attention, if you just let me, like a man is literally gonna do what you allow him to do. That's a free game right there. Okay, that's free. If you give me an inch, you know what I'm saying? I don't want a mile. I want 100 miles. You know what I'm saying? I don't want just that one extra one. I want to see if I can get 90. I want to see if I can get 100 more miles. If I can do this, then you allow me, and then you don't speak on it. It's like, okay, well, this is where we at.
That's true.
Man need hardcore, like, because when you come at him, I'm gonna say, well, you never really said we was together.
And that's really fair.
Talking. You never claimed me. We went out, so I can do what I want. You know what I'm saying? Wanted to, even though we acting like we together.
Right. That's fair. All right. So for those who have joined us, you are watching I Do, I Did, I Don't on What's in It for the Black People Media with Tasha and Reese. The ruler is here, and we are just talking about this dating scene out here because I am post-divorce and, dipping toes in the water and just like appalled at what I'm seeing and what's happening. And, like we were talking earlier about having matches with married men that are on sites, or folks getting caught up because a friend knows somebody that got matched and saw someone. It's just wild out here. And that's kind of scary for me personally. But
somebody said them sneaky links hit different.
sneaky links, yes, those sneaky DMs that are right. You know, it's interesting. And don't talk about the people that you go to church with. If you go to church and they the main ones to be sliding in the DMs, and I'm like,
man,
no, thank you. I came here to worship, not interested.
Just Napper, you look pretty good yesterday in that dress right there. I want to tell you that was
right.
Like, would you like breakfast today?
Man. So I'm interested in what some of the viewers have experienced or seen when folks are, you know, out here trying to date, seeing craziness, and what advice do you have for folks who are on the scene? Reese, I really like what you said, that you have to make your intentions known, state it up front. Let folks know this is what it is. That's what I was saying, right? Just be upfront. Tell me so I can decide if I want to engage in that way or not. I might be looking just to hook up. And if you say that, then hey, okay.
And
You're
doing
it for me. But maybe not. Maybe I'm looking for a husband and I'm not trying to I'm not ready to play around, or I'm not ready. I don't, you know, I've had my share of that and I'm done with that now. And so I'm serious and this is what I'm looking for, whatever it is. But I hear you saying that conversation needs to happen up front.
For sure. Like in the gate, I'm thinking like day one, like you should just be, it's your time. Like I don't want to waste I'm at the point where I don't want to waste no time. Right. You either with me to build with me, or if you like, hey man, we just gonna do it, then that's what I'm gonna put you in that category. Like
exactly.
Once you tell me, just we start, this is what we do, you know.
Right.
So the girlfriend activity, I don't think none of that should be, you know, involved, because feelings get evolved. Like women are emotional creatures by nature, you know.
Yeah.
And they you know, immediately get it. So to already set boundaries already is key, because if you could be sending signals to somebody and they could be catching false signals for like 2 months.
So you can't say this is it, this the lane, and then be driving all outside of that lane and the person is confused. And so I get it. I see Phil, hey, you said it's definitely been a tough road dating. So tell me why. Why is it tough dating? What are you experiencing? Because this is a dude now saying it's tough dating. So yeah, why is it tough for you? What are you experiencing and seeing?
Rejections probably, you know.
Yeah,
and
probably.
Then, you know, some guys don't always talk to like women, so you know it's like they don't have that like confidence to like really walk up and introduce themselves to a woman. So it could be real tough. And then they come on these dating sites and they try to, you know, build a connection to these people. And sometimes, you know, on the internet, everybody is Puff Daddy, Lil Wayne, everybody got it. So then when you meet a person in real life and you try to really connect with them, and the only thing that you know is their Facebook likes. So like guys, I believe it just be hard for them. If you know how to like get out there, then it can definitely be like hard for you.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. It's a lot. It can be tough also, but if you know that's kind of the game and the way that it's played, and you kind of got to get out there. Some women are aggressive enough to go for it too, and to just let people know they're interested. But it's really interesting when you know somebody is looking at you and interested and they won't say anything.
So why won't you? So like, if you, as a woman, if you know this dude, you just go over there and talk to him.
I might go over and talk to him.
Why don't you just go? Why is it
so,
might?
Okay, so if he's looking at me and I'm interested as well, I will go over and have a conversation. I might, but I think some dudes find that aggressive, right? So there are also some dudes who might say they want you to give them permission, if you will. So I need to look at you and smile so that you're like, yes, I'm inviting you to come and say something. Or if I just go up and start a conversation, we can do that, but then I can still tell that you're interested, but you're still scared and you still won't say, hey, do that. Real?
Hey, I don't know.
I think I'm good then.
All dudes, it's weird because all dudes can't really talk. Like I was out one time at New Year's and this girl, I was with like a group of girls and she like, hey man, I think that guy cute. Can you tell him to like come over here and I want to talk to him?
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay. So I went over there, was like, hey man, she want to talk to you, and he was like, what do I say?
Oh.
What? Like, you literally just go over there and you just start a conversation.
Say hello.
You talk to her,
Start
she
there.
already. He like, yeah, I don't know what to say, and like just like New Year's, and she was like, it was New Year's, so
Right.
she was like,
she was on point, right?
So yeah, so I'm like, just like go over there, but he was like, and he ended up going over there, and then he left. So I come back, I'm like, what happened? Like, why you not over there? He's like, I don't know. I was like, oh my God.
Okay, he not ready.
He not ready. So people in the scene. You just got to go for what you asked for. But I think it definitely make it clear, especially in the older age. Like if you like in your 20s and something, okay. But if you like
right
up in the age, like
I mean, okay, exactly. So then I expect you to really be mature about this, right? And let's have the conversation. So here's another situation that I face. Dude comes, somebody that I've known in my lifetime for a while, starts to call. All right, cool. Let me see what's sort of happening. Sure. One of them then finally says, this. I'm going to give you two situations. One says, finally expresses his interest, but he sort of tries to say, well, how do I think about this conversation? Tell me. I'm like, hey, you're the one that keeps calling me. So I'm trying to understand what are you trying to do here? So he makes his intentions known, like he's interested. Great. We keep talking. Drops off the face of the earth one day. Just drops. I'm cool with that, right? So, okay, great. We were talking, kind of getting to know each other, getting reacquainted with each other, and all of a sudden, dude is just gone. And I felt like at one point he was in town, but my schedule couldn't align with his schedule, and I was unapologetic about it because I was spending time with my kids, and I think he felt some kind of way about that. But I'm like, oh, I have children. This is you just sort of just let me know this, and you're here, and this is not like we don't really have time to actually plan to try to meet up with each other. And so it was after that he fell off the face of the earth, and I'm just like, what, we mad? We mad because I didn't decide to spend time. I don't understand what happened, but it was fine. Honestly, I didn't take it too personally, but I'm like, okay, just at least say something. If that's your issue, I guess you could say something. I guess you're not. So here's the other situation, right? Another dude I've known for a while. Folks are like,
you got them coming. Keep going.
I do.
Keep going.
I do. It's kind of cool too.
Yeah, go ahead. The light skin still in. Huh? Okay.
Right.
So
the other dude I've known for a while pops back up. I think folks are like, damn, she free now. Let me shoot my shot. Right. So okay. So he comes. He starts talking. I'm like, why is he calling me? And then he's like calling me so aggressively, like, I'm going to be in town. I'm going to the airport right now. Just landed. I'm like, damn, I'm getting a play-by-play. Like, what is this?
You're crazy.
So it's like this sense of urgency around seeing me, meeting me. And I'm like, can you slow the F down? Like, well, just hold on for a second. What is happening, first of all? So we get together. I say, let's meet for drinks. We go to drink for drinks. I dress like I'm actually going out. Dude comes in sweatpants, sweatshirt, cap on his head. Now we're at Smith and where do we go? What's the name of the place in West Loop?
It was like
gosh, I can't get it out, but it has great drinks. Nice steakhouse place.
Maybe he wore the sweatpants, I just found out what girls do when they see guys in sweatpants not too long ago. So
yeah,
and maybe he wore the sweatpants. That's keep going though. Keep going.
I was not feeling the sweatpants. Let's go. He showed all right. Haven't seen you in a while. We talk, have our little couple of drinks. I have something to eat, and then we spend a lot of time talking afterwards. So it actually got pretty late. Then the next time he's here. Every time he comes to Chicago, it's like, okay, I got to see you. But you all over the place. So I asked him, what are your intentions? Like, what you trying to do here? Help me understand what's the deal. Let's just talk about it like adults. Oh, I'm just trying to get to know you. I mean, I'd like to spend some time with you. Okay, for what reason? Like, what is it? You trying to hook up? You trying to have a relationship? Like, what is it? And he just wouldn't be upfront and honest. It was more like, well, I'm just trying to, I don't know. We can see.
Yeah.
So then I dropped off the face of the earth on that one. I was like, you know what? I don't understand. It was just a little too dicey. It just felt real weird to me, and I was just like, no, let me just
sometimes
step back.
You gotta let it just fall to you. I believe, like Jeremy said, when you put expectations up so high early, it can scare people away. Like, I wouldn't say put expectation, but like tell people, hey, you know what, I'm looking for something, but we can see how this goes. I don't say immediately start dating to make the
right.
But I wouldn't mind talking to people, you know what I'm saying, but I'm looking forward to this, and this. Not saying that this is what I expect for you, but hey, I ain't looking for nobody with a girlfriend right now, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. At one point, I only look for women. I mean, I didn't. I wanted to be number two. Like, number two, exactly what I want. A girl was like, I dubbed my boyfriend. I was like, for what? Like, I swear to you, need to go call him. Y'all been together all these years and you just leave him, girl? What type of girl are you? What? You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted. Like, and sometimes, but that's what I'm trying to say. Best. Sometimes you just got to be upfront, but just let somebody know. Because you don't want your time wasted, man. Right. You can't get that time back.
Exactly. My time is precious. Yeah. It is, there, and I don't have a whole lot of it to dedicate to nonsense and foolishness. So, well, we better take a break, y'all. Reese is giving me dating advice, getting back in the scene, and he's teaching a couple of things here. And some of our guests the viewers on the show are also sharing some of their experiences and things like that. So Reese posted the number if you do want to call in and make a comment. It's 312-600-7652. 312-600-7652. We are going to take a break, and we'll be back on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
WIFTBPM.
Monster Jam. Coming to Allstate Arena September 17th through 19th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Visit monsterjam.com for event details. You have to see it live, so get your tickets today.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, there's turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20-piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on, why you gotta look so good, good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on, girl, why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me all that looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on. It's something about you when you put your grown on. When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? When you're at the your job, just taking a break, girl. Why you gotta look so good? In the club, turning up. Why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting your own woman on. Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done and your nails done, when you put that grown on, girl, why you gotta look so good?
Hey, welcome back to I Do, I Did, I Don't on What's in It for the Black People Media. This is Tasha here, and I am with Reese the Ruler. Today we are talking about dating in this online era. If you are post-divorce, or even some people decide to date as they are getting the divorce, and that's pretty common. And so this is interesting out here talking about dating in this online era. Once you are, and it applies to everybody, right? This is not a topic that's specific to divorce, but it would be interesting to hear some of the interesting things that you're experiencing post-divorce that you are just like floored by. So I've talked about a few of the things that I've been floored by, and just the experiences that I've had so far. A few of those that are, I don't know. I'm taking stock and just going, is this what I want to do? I think I prefer meeting people in person as opposed to online. Now that takes some effort, right? Because I got to get out, I got to dress, but
Yeah.
I kind of prefer to look at you and see if you look crazy or.
You know, I know it's a couple of people. Excuse me. I know a couple of people that's actually doing. They do Zoom dates first. Yes,
That's a good idea.
I was in Clubhouse, and it was like it was a dating conversation. So it was like, how do you guys usually break the ice if you meet online dating, or or like if you just meet outside, you just start like talking, and it was like quick, like
Yeah.
And this one girl, she was like, well, what I do is, she said I have him order me some food as well as order him some food that arrives at the same time. I get dressed like it's a real date, and we pull the camera up, and he's eating his food on there. I'm eating my food on there, and virtually we getting to know each other. She said that she do at least 2 of those before she go out, but she said she tried to do 3.
Okay.
And then when she said that when she does that, she does have like a better success rate at like dating and stuff like that. And
I like it.
yeah,
It's
that was
like a
kinda smooth,
pre-screen,
wasn't it?
like the phone
Yeah,
interview
it was
before.
I thought that was pretty smooth. You know, you got a dude that Uber eats you a whole meal.
Right. But I like it because neither one of you then can waste your time. All the catfishing that happens, and then you meet the person, and you're just like,
Right. Then he could have had on sweats then on the computer. So, he couldn't see because you seen it.
right. It just I actually like that approach because then it makes it takes a little more of the risk, I would say, out of the online dating, so you actually get to see the person live and start talking to them, because crazy people can't hide that for too long.
Right.
But then there's some that are real good. So
Well, like I just said, so yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, you know what, that's smart. That's smart. So yeah, use that one and see how that one walking in and tell her that word.
all right,
You know
I think
what,
I might do
before
that.
before we go out. I'm gonna get dressed and we're gonna do a Zoom date first.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. I know a lot of people who have had success with online dating, and they have their share of crazy that happens too, where folks are just I don't know, just crazy. There's no other way to say that. I'm sure you can find that in real life too, but I think it feels like people are emboldened a little bit more when they're online and sort of behind the
keyboard.
behind the keyboard, and they'll say things, and you're just like, okay, well, you let me know you were crazy right away. Good looking out.
Yeah.
Exit left. Exit stage left. So I don't know. It's just it gets real interesting to me, and I think about women who have, or men for that matter, who have been married and in long-term marriages, like let's say 10 years or more. You get back out here in the dating scene, it is so different. First of all, it's so different today, and you're just sort of taken aback by how this works and trying to understand how to navigate it. For one, you said what's different?
Yeah.
For one, the dating sites, right?
Okay.
You really even
True.
so you're navigating that, but that's not how you grew up, and understanding how to interface with the opposite sex, and how to you grew up in the era where you went out, you went to bars, you went to the lounge, to the nightclubs, to parties or whatever.
Have you tried that yet? Have you tried to go to the bars and everything, or you just?
I've gone to a few bars. Generally, though, when I've gone, it hasn't been that I've really been interested. I'm usually going to just have a good time anyway, which is, I feel like that's kind of how things just sort of happen.
Right.
So you go have a good time. And yeah, there's, I've gone to a few and have had some conversation, but also earlier, one of those conversations, I was still married and I wasn't officially divorced. And for me personally, it was important that I be divorced before I entertained a conversation.
You probably missed your beat, man.
He made sure to let me know he was a doctor.
Oh,
and I was just like,
your beat.
Yeah, he also though was, I don't think culturally we would have fit well. It wasn't a white dude, which I'm open to, absolutely. But I just don't think we would have culturally matched. There's a cultural differences. But yeah, he was definitely shooting the shot. And like, made sure I had the card. He's a doctor. And my friend was like, why didn't you call him back? Like, I just, not right now.
And you was going to get a divorce, and you knew you was going to get a divorce?
Yeah.
But so what was the reason you going out to the bar? Was you going out just for drinks?
I went out with a friend, and we were going out to just have a good time. And there were a couple of dudes that talked, and
it was but you knew you was getting a divorce?
Yeah, I was in the process of getting divorced. It was just taking hella long.
So I don't understand that. Like, if we in the process and we knew that it's getting divorced, like, you're not, like, I don't feel like that's cheating. Like, if we know we're not getting back together.
I agree. I mean, well, let me just say, I think everybody has to decide for themselves, right? And my decision for myself early on was not until I'm actually divorced. I'm just like, I might have a conversation, but I'm really not going to date until then. And that was just what I felt most comfortable with. Again, we just talked about, I'm kind of a good girl, right? So I'm a little more conservative, but that was important for me because of the value that I placed on the vows that I took. So once we were officially divorced, all right, let's do it.
What if he never signed the paper and y'all never got officially divorced?
Oh, that wasn't happening.
I'm just saying, like, what if he know, like, hey, I know I got a good girl now. She ain't gonna do nothing until we get officially divorced. So I'm gonna drag the process along, probably while he over there probably dating somebody already.
I mean, yeah, and that
life.
I would say that probably happened, but for me, it was my principles and what I wanted to hold to in the process, and that was it for me. It was important for me to do that for myself, not necessarily for the relationship or for what other people would see or think. He could be out there wilding out, which was likely happening anyway. So do you? But this is how I'm deciding to do me. And so once we're done and this is over, don't be mad. Because I get to do me now.
You didn't consider y'all being done yet? So
no, me spiritually done. But that I also had to think, though, Reese, at the same time that I'm done with this, it may not be time to talk to anybody else yet, because there's still too much drama going on. There's still too many, I was married for 17 years before I divorced. And so that's a long time. Man. And I was dealing with a whole lot of emotion and a whole lot of unraveling. I wasn't ready to start talking to people to have a relationship. I wasn't ready to, because I knew that I was in a very vulnerable place.
Okay.
And that could be even more injurious to me personally. Now, for some women, that's an empowering move, right? Where they just get to express their own sexuality, make their own decisions differently, and more power to them. But I wasn't in that place, and I knew, like, it was like sharks in the water. People smell blood in the water.
I'm trying to tell you.
And so I needed to be real careful about that, because I was in a place of still being injured, and I felt like that made me vulnerable in a lot of ways that I was not going to give anybody place to.
During the divorce process, did you keep a ring on?
And that ring was off that first month. Like before we even got to the place of filing, I knew I was done. I knew I was done just because of the circumstance of what had happened. After we separated, it wasn't a month and that ring was off my finger because I was done and I knew that.
Okay.
So I waited. It took 3 years.
Before you start dating?
3 years before the whole process from, is it 3 years or 2 years? I don't know. It was long as hell. That's all I can say.
You talked to nobody for 3 years?
I'm not saying I didn't talk to anybody. Discussion, know people, kind of move. But in terms of really dating or any of that, no, I was just like, nope.
3 years?
Was it 3 or 2?
So that man had 20 years on you. If you say you divorced at 17, or was it 17?
It was 17 years, but no, for the time we were together, it was more like 20.
That's why I'm saying, oh my God.
Something like that, yeah.
Y'all get out of here. Yeah. Hey, everybody out here, man. Y'all know that. Y'all get out here. Fellas, if you want to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, take her out for a drink. So she did 24 years. We got a dating show for you.
Actually, that could be fun. That could be fun. We should do it on your show.
Listen, you don't want nobody from my show. them people is not the ones you want. That my show is for the toxic.
Yeah.
But we can, like, come on here. People call in, tell them what they interested in. You like, hey,
the dating game,
and then we can get. And then the first date is gonna be virtually Zoom.
There you go. There you go. Right there. And you already know. You got to
come back on the show and tell us how it went.
That actually could be a lot of fun. I think we should do it.
Back. And then bring the dude. We can virtually on here. Bring the dude back, and we can talk about dating on there. That's what we got to do.
All right. So go ahead, Reese.
Philip, he said that what he wanted to type was too much. Now, from me as a guy standpoint, it looked like he was shooting his shot a little bit. He was like, it's too much to type, but we can talk after the show. I don't know if you read that.
I know Philip, so no,
he
not.
All right, then I'll let you know. Okay.
Nah, but Jeremy is saying, though, he thinks it's important to figure out how much time you have for each other. And with all that you have going on, like, what are you, like, really, what do you have going in? And so I think we did get a caller to call in. So let's see. Who we got on the line, Reese?
We got Philip on the line. I'm going to put him on the line right now.
Okay.
Philip, how you doing today?
Man, I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm doing good there.
Hey, Phil. How are you?
Hey, Tasha. Long time no see. No here.
Yes, it has been. You must be on the road. It sounds like you're driving, so too much to type. So what did you want to add to this conversation?
So like the original question that you guys had with dating and whatnot and why it's so hard, I think that what it comes down to is a lot of people are not really honest, more so with themselves, especially when it comes to what it is they want. Always talking about the things that they do want, but they don't really necessarily recognize the things that they actually need when it comes to a relationship.
Okay, so that's a good point. And so if they don't recognize it, then they can't really tell somebody else what they need.
Right. And it's not even that. It's like a lot of the traumas that we've all been through, a lot of us really are not dealing with those traumas. When we're getting out of a relationship, at least from my own experiences, when we're getting out of a relationship, we have a tendency to put the focus on what the other person did wrong that made the relationship not work out the way it was planned.
Uh-huh.
Personally, when I had broken up out of my last relationship, I had to take a really good look at myself and understand what my role was within that relationship. And in doing so, I learned a tremendous amount of things about myself that I felt like I needed to change, and I felt like I needed to do things differently moving forward. I don't into my relationship, if that makes sense.
It does. Very good point. Very good point. Thank you for calling in, Phil. I just read a meme earlier that said, for some people, stop going out here dating when you know you need therapy and an exorcism. And I fell out when I read that, because it's so true. A lot of times we do have traumas that we need to know what's really going on with us, and we can communicate that effectively to someone else in a dating relationship. We know what triggers us. We know what experiences we don't want to repeat, or we even recognize. Once you've gone through some of that therapy, you get to the place where you actually recognize what's happening in the relationship because you're so used to dysfunction, you didn't even know.
Hey, I told somebody, I said, man, I realized that I was really dysfunctional until I had to start, like you said, step back, look at yourself, and like when somebody asked me something, I'd be like 9 out of 10. When you immediately somebody break up and they be like, yeah, that person did this, this, and this, and you don't have one thing, I'm like, you was an angel in your relationship, So I believe that we do have to look at ourselves in relationships for sure and see where we went wrong and see where we can better ourselves.
Absolutely. Reason for me not dating right away was I need to debrief with Latasha and understand what happened, what went on.
You did a life bid, 25 years.
Man, there you go. I mean, I was in it to win it, then we just gonna have to, Anyway. Yeah. We don't need to talk about that. The was been.
22.
But look, now we got this whole plan where we're going to set up a dating game, right?
Set up a dating game. We'll have to
set up a dating game. And it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. I am free and plan to take full advantage of that.
There we go. After 25 years, you done got out. See, it look different out there in the scene and everything.
Yes,
You're right. 25 years ago, you had to meet people outside. You had to meet them out there. Nowadays, you can just find them in 5 minutes. You can just swipe left, swipe right.
Yes, exactly. But I also am a lot more mature now, and I understand what I am looking for. I understand what dysfunction I experienced growing up that led me to make some of the choices that I made or deal with some of the stuff that I dealt with. And I'm in a whole different place now. Like, I'm not afraid to say, you know what, this isn't working for me. It's not working. I don't think this person values me in the way that I want to be valued. Yes. And that's okay. We can cut this off now.
For sure.
I don't have to make this work. I don't have to feel like I am stuck in this. Is, sometimes I think we have this theory of scarcity.
Starting over, not knowing, what's next. That's out of that. But
there's so much joy in doing that, right? Yeah. And it can be daunting. I think for a lot of people, it can be very scary, and you're out here and it's all different and you don't know. But I think it's empowering. It can be a lot of fun, and you can create what you want to have in a relationship now. You have so much more knowledge. You have so much more skill at just in understanding who you are and what you want. And I'm really unapologetic about that right now. It's not it. It's okay. It's okay. If that's what you want, you have every right to get that.
Sure, yeah.
But this is what I want. And I have every right to have that also. And this ain't going to work. And it's cool. It's cool. Move along.
Yeah,
let me help you find your girl. And I'm going to go find the dude that I want to date or be with.
I mean, it was a doctor, but you ain't calling him.
See, I'm not that person that's just so enamored by the fact that you have a good job, because that's like table stakes for me. You need to come with that. Yeah, I ain't doing no struggle love. No.
Yeah, you sound like somebody I know. Hey, you
I ain't
sound
doing
like
no struggle
somebody I
love.
know. She said, I ain't struggling. No. Hey, but don't be the best. I don't know. Like, I won't say struggle love, but just to see that somebody that actually is trying to help build with you. Like,
exactly.
I hate when somebody come in there just because you a doctor, now you expecting certain things. Like, if you was already shopping at Ross and Target, like, don't think now now we in Sephora and Acura now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. But like, if I'm doing something and we building like something like together, but some people be like, oh snap, you a doctor, you a lawyer, and now you expecting a certain type of lifestyle and stuff like that. And my last point is, if you've been hurt, like don't bring past pain into new relationships. Like I hate when
Yeah.
people do something like that. And if you're not truly over somebody, then don't reach out to somebody else and waste their time. Like I know this one person, like she thought that she was ready, but literally every one of her posts is about the last dude. How
Well,
she
then
been
dude
hurt.
should have known she wasn't ready.
I love, man. You know how you post all the heartbroken parts of the song. That
Yeah.
you know, how could you leave me when I loved you so strong? But you talking about how you want somebody else. So just hey man, feel that. Get over that first. And
Important. There's therapy, counseling. As Tamika said, the healing is important. It's important for you to be able to move forward, to do that confidently, to be ready to do that so that you don't find yourself hurt again. So I highly recommend it. Take your time. Don't get in a rebound relationship because you just got to be with somebody. Like you need to be with yourself for a minute to figure out what do you want? What do you need? What was your role? What could you do differently? And how do you communicate that? How you want to roll with this moving forward? So, all right, this has been I Do, I Did, I Don't on What's in It for the Black People Media. We are out of time. This has been a really good conversation, a lot of fun. I am looking forward to the next part 2 and 3 of this.
yes, find that dating
As
game.
we work on the dating game. But you guys, thanks for joining today. Again, this is I Do, I Did, I Don't, and it's all about making sure that you are better on the other side. Take care and see you next week.
I miss you.